Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with the reading for the Gemini Full Moon. So first I want to talk just a little bit about the energy of this full moon, because it feels like a very special full moon for many reasons. It's the first full moon, it's the first normal full moon after the nodes have been on the Sagittarius and Gemini axis. And so it feels like we've been through this extensive learning period of just learning about these lessons that comes with this axis, and now it's like the universe is saying like, and here's your test, now let's see what you learned. So that's one thing. And it's also the last full moon of the year, so again it feels like this really like a potent time where we can go through a lot of initiations and just a lot of expansive energy. Also, Gemini is associated with the Lovers card in the tarot. I have it here. And 2022, so next year, is also going to be the year of the Lovers. And so I feel like right now with this full moon, what we're getting is a little bit of a taste of what is to come for us in 2022. And the energy that's coming in with this Lovers card is extremely expansive. Gemini season, you know, it's at the end of May moving into June. So at least here in the Northern Hemisphere, that time is really like peak spring. Is when all of the seeds, all of the small seedlings, they've really gotten into their groove and they are just expanding so much by the day. You know, if you look outside in like end of May, June, everything is so fresh, so beautiful, so green, so much potential. And so that's the vibe of 2022. There is just a lot of potential for heart growth, for expansion of the heart, for expansion of our perspectives, expansion of, you know, us understanding more of ourselves and the reality that we live in. And that sounds so beautiful, right? It's just like, yes, I want that. But the thing is, in my experience, that when these things comes to us and start to come into our energy field, is that if we have anything that's still kind of an unhealed trauma, a trauma that we haven't nurtured, that we haven't paid attention to, that's really gonna come up and make itself known. And we might be afraid to take the chance to open up to these things that are coming in for us, you know, with the Lovers card. This is the Lovers card. This is like dreams coming true, you know, it's like love coming into your life in all kinds of ways. And so the question really is, are you ready to receive, you know, the love of your life in all of these different ways? Are you ready to live your dreams? Do you feel secure enough within yourself? And that's where I feel that this Venus retrograde that is starting tomorrow on the 19th of December is really going to help us. Because Venus is going to be retrograding in Capricorn. And this is the sign of the devil, you know, the tarot card of the devil. So, of course, I'm sure all of you that know tarot, you've seen the similarities between these two cards. They're basically the same card. But it's just, what I feel is different is that with the Devil card, the focus is on what is already been set in form. You know, it's on what is already material. Our focus is on the experiences that we've had before, the identity that we've already established. And it is those past things that kind of owns us and determines our potential. It's like in this state we're not able to think outside of the box. We're not able to let go of what has been, you know, good or bad, so that we can move into something that is completely fresh and completely new and just full of a lot of potential, you know, with the Lovers. Because when we're in this state, it's almost as if what we're focusing on are things that, you know, are of the higher dimension. It's like it's the new light, the things that have not yet been explored here on Earth. And that, you know, that kind of requires a lot of courage and a lot of faith, and just the willingness to walk into things that your mind does not yet know. And so the vibe is very different. And from my personal experience, again, it's almost as if the more I'm able to nurture and take care of, you know, the past experiences that in a way traumatized me, that were difficult in my life, the past experiences that made me feel insecure, unworthy, you know, that made me pull back and hide and run away and all of these things. The more I focus and nurture these experiences, the more, it's like the more capacity I have, the more space I have to allow this new energy to come in. You know, this like, what if? Like, what if there is a chance for this timeline that I'm dreaming of? Like, yeah, it might not happen, but what if it could? Like, what if it could happen? Am I willing to try? Am I willing to stand for it? To stand by it? Am I willing to commit to it? And so I feel the question kind of becomes, what are you willing to commit to at this time? Are you willing to commit to, you know, your soul, your dreams, your beloved? Or are you still remaining committed to what has been, you know, what is already set in form, what you have already seen and experienced? So it's a very interesting time right now. And I think that during this Venus retrograde, we're gonna get a lot of these like aha moments of really seeing how we can allow ourselves to go through kind of like a deeper healing, so that we can open up our heart chakra more and more for this beautiful, potentially beautiful year of 2022. I think that's when we will really see that these two different timelines are beginning to manifest here on Earth. Some people will be living in this heart chakra energy of the Lovers, like union. Other people are going to be living in this energy of being trapped in hell. So let's pull some cards and see what comes through here. I have this Rebecca Cecchioli deck, so let's see what she wants to say. Seven of Pentacles. I'm hearing, beware of the webs you're spinning. So she is some kind of or she's in collaboration with the spider spirit. I see here she's spinning some webs. And underneath the deck was the Seven of Swords. So what kind of webs are we spinning? You know, what kind of thoughts are we believing in? It feels like this will really have a lot of impact on our ability to open to these new things that are coming in for us. Because what I feel is that this openness that comes with the Lovers card, you know, it happens in the body. We can't force this kind of openness. I mean, I think what I'm getting now is that we can compare it to kind of making love with someone. It's like you cannot really force them to feel really deeply open and ready. It has to be something that comes from the body. You know, it has to be actually real, true. Like that their body really feels safe and ready to open. If not, it's kind of, you know, we're starting to enter into a territory of the devil energy, you know, forcing ourselves onto something or someone. And so it's almost as if we have to learn to look at ourselves and our own body in the same way. Like, she is our feminine, our body. And so if our body is not really comfortable, if our body is not really able to receive, then why is that? What are we feeding our body? You know, what kind of energies are we producing in our body based on the thoughts that we're thinking? That's what I'm getting here. I feel like this time can really be a time of becoming more conscious of the environment that we are creating within our own body. It's really about learning how to kind of make love with life, you know, with yourselves, you know, your body. How can you make them feel so secure and so safe that they are ready to open up to their highest potential? Just like, you know, joyfully, without having to force them and pressure them and like continuously like nag them. Are you ready now? Are you ready now? Are you ready now? No. Give me some time. So I feel like we'll be working a lot with the feminine, our inner feminine. And part of that is also learning how to temper the desire of our inner masculine, is what I feel. It's a lot about cooling this desire to move forward. You know, the masculine just wants to move forward. And if the masculine is kind of really dense and in the devil energy, he's willing to do whatever. You know, he's willing to push the feminine in whatever way to be able to move forward and accomplish his goals. So there's something about that coming through, the importance of being aware of the model that we're using for our inner masculine, because this determines the level of openness and security and ultimately abundance of our inner feminine. We cannot force our feminine to receive this angelic guidance. The angelic light, it's never gonna push itself onto us. That's what I'm getting. We have to ask it, like we have to, like, again, it's like with making love. It's like we have to ask it to come in. It's like we have to almost like beg it to come in to our body, because we are so ready for it. That's the feeling. It's again, it's the feeling of the feminine kind of being in this state of ecstasy, of joy, of just like being so alive and so kind of like ready to grow and to expand and to become more life. That's the energy I'm feeling. So it's very heart opening. It's very like a lot of feelings, a lot of just waves, you know, coming in, a lot of chills. Okay, wow, so many cards coming out, and underneath the deck was the Judgment. I have to show you this because I just love this depiction of the Judgment. so interesting. It's like the feminine is trapped inside this tower, and outside is this little rabbit with a key. And what's interesting with the rabbit is that when rabbits get stressed, they eat their own children. You know, they kill their own children. They just eat them when they're small, when their children are small. But when they are secure, when they're feeling safe, you know, they're so kind of fertile. They produce a lot of children. And so again, this concept of feeling secure within our body is becoming very, very important. Cards that came through, oh my god, this is so beautiful though. The Page of Cups with the Three of Cups, and then let's see, and then the Knight of Swords. Interesting. So I feel with the Knight of Swords, you know, this is a masculine energy. And there's something about the masculine needing to learn how to be light as a feather. You know, how to be very, very light, like a breeze, like a feather. Not like dense and hard, you know, as you would imagine the devil to be, like very like physical, very material, very hard. It's something about like opening the hand and becoming very, very light, very, very, it's like almost like very open in the body but very present in the heart is the feeling I'm getting with this card. And then with the Three of Cups in the middle, this feels like a union energy. You know, this feels like an energy of just like play, actually, just exploration. And then on the other side we have the feminine, which is the Page of Cups here, Princess of Cups. And she's, you know, she's feeling secure to start to get undressed. And again, you know, nudity in the tarot, it really symbolizes vulnerability, you know, our ability to just be true, to show ourselves the way we are because we feel safe, we feel secure. And it's like we're not afraid of the light because it's like we carry the warmth within. You know, we're not afraid of being judged because we have compassion for ourselves. It's something like that. And so I feel like this is what we're building inside ourselves. It's the upgrade of the masculine and the feminine archetypes. And so we're building this within ourselves, but we're also learning how to kind of build this in our relationships, is what I'm feeling. Because with the Lovers card, you know, Gemini Full Moon and next year 2022, this is union energy. This is a lot of like learning how to build relationships, being confronted also with any remaining woundings in our relationships, any insecurities within ourselves in regards to relationships. And so I just feel like this Gemini full moon, and particularly this Venus retrograde now, Venus moving backwards in Capricorn, is really going to help us to look at our own foundation. With the Lovers, the mountain here. And what's inside the mountain? What is inside all of this hardness that has been created? You know, the density in our body, the stress, all of that. It feels like we're really being called to go into that so that we can begin to nurture it and release it. And kind of, it's almost like we're learning how to attach these wounds, these these areas within us that are tense and fearful and insecure, we're learning how to attach them to new sources. So attach them to the energy of the angelic realm, the energies that make us open, that make us believe, that make us think like, but what if? Like, what if it could be possible? This is what I feel like we're doing. And then eventually, as we kind of switch timelines, then the old attachments, the old chains, the things that make us really, really hard and fearful, these are gonna start to be shed naturally. But we don't have to fight it. All we have to do is to open up, commit to a new path, call in a new path, come in to my body, like show me the way. My soul, my angels, my higher self, please guide me. That's what I'm feeling. So I love this energy. I hope you're feeling it too. Take care, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.